said that. You know, I mean, the answer, the simple answer is no, but we've got engines, so we've got to deal. That's the game that we're playing right now, and we've got to deal with that the best we can. Hopefully, our engine's a better engine than their one. Maybe 3 or 4 giants. No, you won't see the tax that you're doing eventually. And don't forget, you're probably going to be sailing towards a weather modelling program that, you know, will tell you to go one side or the other. You know? So I don't think you'll see a lot of tax, no. The boat's ripping along at, you know, well, I mean, the other day we were out sailing in 18 to 20 knots, and the boat was doing 27 knots upwind. You know, so the boat's ripping along at 27, and then you're down to 7
through the water or the engine?
Through the water. So, which I can tell you, you know, 40, 45 plus apparent over the decks, just some apparent wind. So you're just ripping, you know, and so when you tack, the other boat's going away from you pretty damn quickly, you know, so you better make sure you're tacking in the right spot. That's actually one of the interesting things about multi-hull sailing. People say multi-hull sailing's boring and that sort of thing, but I disagree. You know, it's just different. From a strategic point of view, what I'd say about multi-hull sailing, you've really got to pick your time to attack, and if you make a mistake on a monohull, you sort of attack and you lose quite a bit, but you know, it's not as bad as doing 2 tacks in a multi-hull. You know, that's expensive. So you've really got to pick your times and, you know.
Would you rather a longer course rather? I mean, 20 miles is a long way for coverage, but as far as sailing the boat, would you rather a longer course?
I actually think, you know, probably 10 miles might have been a good number for this format, you know, so that people could see it. It's a bit of a shame that 20 miles, and actually both sides agreed on 10 miles in New York at one point, but anyway,
that was another day.
It's history.
So you don't think there's much chance both boats could just head off in a different direction and you won't see
It could be a high chance, sure. They've both got different weather models. You see that for sure.
But can you afford to let somebody go off in the opposite direction? I mean,
Well, you see, that's an interesting thing because let's say you're playing a game that you know there's big speed differences. I've already said that, you know, and I'd suggest that the VPPs are pretty accurate at predicting those speed differences, probably more accurate than we could measure them out on the water, right? And let's say you're beating the other boat upwind, right? But you know that they're going to be faster on the next leg. Are you ahead or behind at that point? You see what I'm saying? So you may well be still trying to gain more leverage, even though you're in front, to try and gain speed. You know, I could imagine, for example, a Lindy doing that on the triangular course, knowing that the reaching leads are coming up. And if it's light winds, I can imagine us doing that on the windward and return course, knowing that the return's coming up. You see what I mean? So it's not just, it won't be the traditional max racing game. I think it'll be much less of that, much more about boat speed, much more about using your boat speed. That'll be the game. And much more about